Let's be honest, what you're about to read might make you rethink everything you believe about love, loyalty, and fame. Because just when it seemed like Remy Ma and Papoose were hip-hop's last true couple, 50 Cent came in, grinning like he always does, and set that whole dream on fire. No warnings, no hints, just pure chaos. He didn't beat around the bush. He didn't play coy. He flat out said it in public, loud and clear. Yeah, I slept with Remy Ma. Let that sink in. This isn't a joke or some offhand comment made for laughs. He said it like he meant it, with no shame, no regret, and absolutely no filter. The moment those words left his mouth, everything Remy and Papoose built over the years cracked like thin glass. People are still asking, was it just one night behind closed doors, or has Remy been living a secret life while her husband stood by her, completely unaware? Either way, the damage is done. Papoose, the man who held her down during her time behind bars, who married her while she was in prison, is now trending for all the wrong reasons. Here's the wild part: this is 50 Cent we're talking about. The king of stirring the pot. The man who never throws shade without a purpose. He's known for playing mind games, but he's also known for telling uncomfortable truths. So when he said what he said, people believed him. This isn't some baseless internet rumor. This is 50 Cent standing tall, looking into the camera, and delivering a verbal grenade that exploded everything we thought we knew about Remy Ma's marriage. And the sad part, the warning signs were there for years. There were quiet whispers, little comments made in passing. Studio insiders had stories, rumors of Remy spending a lot of time at G-Unit offices with no clear reason. Late-night meetings that didn't include managers, producers, or paperwork. Just two people behind closed doors. Everyone chalked it up to industry networking. Until now. Then 50 made it official. In a laid-back interview, he casually dropped the truth bomb. I smashed Remy. No flinching, no backpedaling, just a straight shot. And according to people close to the situation, this wasn't some one-time mistake. They say it was a long-running affair, years, not months, hidden in plain sight through collaborations, red carpet events, and public appearances. One stylist who used to work closely with Remy claims she once overheard a late-night conversation between Remy and 50 in a hotel hallway. It wasn't business. She swears 50 called Remy baby girl and asked if the suite was ready. That moment stuck with her, but she stayed silent. Now it all makes sense. Let's rewind. Remy and Papoose were seen as the gold standard for love in hip-hop. A man who waited for his woman while she served time. A couple who turned struggle into strength. We cheered for them, posted their photos, quoted their interviews. But maybe we were rooting for a fairy tale that was never fully real. What makes this worse is that 50 Cent and Papoose were never on the best terms. There were always quiet tensions between them, going all the way back to the early 2000s. Some say 50 used to call Papoose soft behind his back. So now people are wondering, was this part of a long game? Did 50 get close to Remy as a way to hurt Pap where it would sting the most? And why now? Why drop this information at this exact moment? A lot of folks believe 50 has something big coming, maybe a docuseries, a tell-all book, or some type of show that exposes the darker side of the music business. What better way to promote it than by kicking things off with a scandal no one saw coming? Meanwhile, Remy's silence is speaking volumes. She hasn't denied it. No strong statements, just carefully worded posts and business deals rolling out like clockwork. Some think she's trying to manage the damage behind the scenes before the situation gets worse. And it might, because according to insiders, there's hotel footage, allegedly, from a luxury spot in Manhattan. A G-Unit associate even teased a video clip on social media before quickly deleting it. If that tape is real, this story might go from messy to unrecoverable. Let's talk timeline. People are pointing to Remy's big comeback around 2016 to 2018. She was everywhere: music, TV, major deals, while Papoose stood beside her like the supportive husband he's always been. What nobody knew, apparently, is that 50 Cent may have been helping her behind the scenes, funding things through fake business names and silent partnerships. If true, this isn't just cheating, it's manipulation, it's control. And that's when the text messages dropped. Screenshots from a burner phone allegedly used by 50 showed messages like, "You still up? Tell him you're at the studio. I miss that mango lotion." Each message paints a picture, one that's hard to ignore. This wasn't random. This wasn't a slip-up. This looked like a routine. Then, another bombshell hit. A driver, claimed to have picked Remy up from a studio in the middle of the night. She asked to be taken to a specific apartment instead of going home. Not once, not twice, but several times. The apartment was rented under a name connected to G-Unit. Suddenly, fans turned into detectives, comparing outfits, timestamps, Instagram stories, and Google Maps screenshots. One thread even suggested Remy had been spotted leaving the same building. As 50 just hours after doing an interview with Papoose, it's no longer just drama. It's a storm. One of Remy's old friends left a tearful voice note that was leaked online. She said, "I warned her. I told her he's dangerous. She thought she could handle it." That's when people started realizing this isn't about a love triangle. This is about image, money, and reputation, because everything they built, Remy and Pap the brand, the family image, the loyalty narrative is under fire. And their daughter, caught in the middle of a public disaster no child deserves. As for Papoose, he's vanished from the public eye. No comments, no tweets, just silence. And honestly, what can he say? His name is being dragged through a situation he never asked for. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is doing what he always does, smirking online, posting cryptic memes, and enjoying the chaos. In one post, he showed a chessboard and simply wrote, "Checkmate." Fans are heartbroken, not because it's the first time cheating has hit the spotlight, but because it wasn't supposed to happen to them. They were supposed to be different. And maybe that's the hardest pill to swallow. Because if Remy Ma and Papoose weren't real, then what is? Right now, people everywhere are arguing about what really happened between 50 Cent, Remy Ma, and Papoose. Some folks are pointing fingers at 50, saying he's a predator who took advantage of a woman going through personal struggles. Others are furious with Remy, claiming she betrayed the one man who stood by her through everything. And then there's a third group, the ones just sitting back, watching it all play out like a real-life soap opera, while the internet debates who's right or wrong. Podcasters, relationship coaches, and bloggers are breaking it down piece by piece. One podcast, Hood Affairs, put it perfectly. This isn't just about cheating. It's about trust, power, control, and how the entertainment world often rewards betrayal. What's heartbreaking is that for years, people looked at Remy Ma and Papoose as the example of true love. They were the couple others pointed to when asked if loyalty still existed in relationships. And now, that dream has shattered. Even with everything going on, 50 Cent doesn't seem bothered at all. In a recent radio interview, when asked if he regretted anything, he just laughed and said, "Regret? Nah, I said what I said. People just mad because the truth hurts. No apology, no emotion, just more fuel to the fire." Then came the twist no one saw coming. Remy and 50 were seen together again. Not in secret, not hiding. They were out in public, having dinner at an upscale restaurant in Miami. Cameras were everywhere, no disguises, no shame. One person who saw them said they looked relaxed, like they didn't care who was watching. That's when people started wondering, was this relationship ever a secret? Or had Remy been slowly pulling away from her marriage for years, and we just didn't notice? Some fans started digging up old interviews and song lyrics. In one past interview, Remy mentioned feeling lost during her music comeback. Others went through her songs, pointing out lines about temptation, confusion, and regret. And then there's a theory going around that Papoose may have known something all along. Not the whole truth, maybe, but enough to suspect something wasn't right. If he stayed silent just to protect his image, the family name, and their business, then this story isn't just about betrayal, it's about emotional manipulation. Because while Remy and 50 were allegedly sneaking around, Papoose was building a brand based on a love he thought was solid. That's the most painful part. This isn't just about who hooked up with who. It's about a man who gave everything: his time, his support, his loyalty.